As the Union Budget 2026 approaches, one question will quietly shape almost every major decision. How much will the government spend on running the system and how much will it spend on building the future? That comes down to two budget terms you hear every year: revenue expenditure and capital expenditure, or Capex. This one chart shows where the focus really is. Revenue expenditure is the government's everyday spending. This includes salaries, pensions, interest payments, subsidies, and the cost of running ministries and welfare schemes. It keeps the system functioning, but it does not create new assets. Capital expenditure, or Capex, is different. This is money spent on long-term assets: roads, railways, ports, power projects, and investment in public sector companies. Capex is aimed at future economic activity, not immediate consumption. Now look at the revenue expenditure trend. Revenue expenditure stood at 23.5 trillion rupees in FY20. By FY25, actual spending had risen to 36.04 trillion rupees. And for FY26, the budget estimate is 39.44 trillion rupees. This steady rise reflects the government's fixed obligations, expenses that are politically and economically difficult to cut. Now look at capital expenditure. Capex has risen much faster in recent years. Actual Capex increased from 3.35 trillion rupees in FY20 to 10.52 trillion rupees in FY25. And for FY26, the budget estimate is 11.21 trillion rupees. That sharp increase signals a clear shift towards public investment as a driver of growth. For Budget 2026, this balance matters. Revenue expenditure will continue to take up the largest share of total spending, which limits how much flexibility the government has. At the same time, sustaining high Capex depends on three things: tax collections, borrowing limits, and how much fiscal space remains. The FY26 budget already shows both heads rising. Whether the government can maintain the same Capex momentum into FY27 will depend less on intent and more on arithmetic. Understanding this split explains why budget decisions are ultimately about trade-offs. Revenue expenditure keeps the system running. Capital expenditure shapes what the economy becomes next. And this balance will be at the heart of Budget 2026.